Okay, Max here with some breaking news. Oh, shit. As soon as I hit record, it goes out of focus. Can you see me better now? All right. I got the Batman mural behind me. Now, the reason I'm doing a video right now is a lot of my friends said, Did you see that Mikey and Syl basically admit they're full of shit? That's the spin I got from my friends. So I'm like, I need to see the context. So I will have more reports based on their reports and their sources, just so you know. This is all rumor and speculation, and it's fun, so deal with it. Stop it. Stop complaining about movie talk. Oh, my God. There's some interesting stuff here. I'm going to show you a clip, and I have more videos to make out of all the speculation that Mikey and Syl bring, and I'm going to continue doing it. So stay tuned. I love rumors and speculation. Now, do they agree with Grace Randolph? That's what I heard. That's what I heard from my friends. Did you finally hear that Syl and Mikey admitted that Grace Randolph was right? No, they basically said you're reporting on stuff we did a year ago, and things may have changed. And actually, what Mikey dropped on Syl's show today makes it more likely that the Flash could actually help the Snyderverse be its own thing if I said if, don't get it twisted, I said if Zack Snyder comes back. And honestly, based on what if Mikey's reporting is listen to my words, if it's accurate, I'm not saying it is, if it's accurate, I understand why Ben Affleck would not come back to this. Because what they want him to go back, spoiler alert, and there's spoilers here if this becomes truthful. There's spoilers here. If it's accurate, what he's saying, they wanted Ben Affleck to come back in the Batgirl as not his own version, a different version, and one that's just Bruce and not Batman. So, if you take in the context of that, the best thing that Syl said on the stream, and yes, Syl adds a lot. And I'm going to do a separate video of that. You could criticize Syl and Mikey on your own time, and you could criticize with me in the room. I'm not going to get overly personal on them unless I have a reason personally to do so. So I am not silencing my friends, criticize them. I'm just not going to join in all the time. I'll do a case-by-case basis. I'm not going to limit myself either. If I feel that I'm not enjoying the conversation, I might bounce. Doesn't mean you can't. I'm not silencing you, because that also happened earlier tonight. I wanted to do other content. I wanted to play games. I didn't want to debate something when I have my own opinions, and I'm not going to change my opinions. So it's like worthless time for me. But you do you, boo. You do you, boo. You do you. Matt Jarbo. You're my friend too. You do you, I'll do me. Okay? And I still want to collab with Matt as well. It's just I don't really want to go into this not that I'm afraid to criticize Mikey and Syl. I certainly am. I think they give interesting conversation, and that's basically all it is. I enjoy listening to what they have to say, and they could be wrong. So let's get a little clip from the Syl Abdul show with Mikey today. And the only reason I watched this today, because I got to get to bed, is my friend said, Did you see Mikey and Syl admitted they're full of not in so many words. Did you see they kind of agree with Grace Randolph and, things are done? I'm like, no. He's saying DCEU is dead. Flashpoint timeline. Now, this Flashpoint timeline is something I also will be covering, and it's very interesting. And if what they are saying is accurate and it becomes to be true, actually, there are more possibilities than even the Snyderverse. And it actually gives more creative freedom to everyone as well. It actually helps the Snyderverse. Because if they didn't am I on board with what they're saying about the Flash? I think it's very I'm very, very concerned about what they're reporting. Very concerned. But the one thing that's actually positive is, and we'll get to Mikey and Syl's own words here, is Mikey is saying that in Flash, and this is spoilers, that Cavill and Affleck are in the beginning part of the movie, where before Flash does the Flashpoint and creates a new timeline, the Flashpoint timeline. And the Flashpoint timeline is the one that Hamada and Warner Brothers really want to push. But there's also going to be pocket timelines, like Cavill and Affleck will be stuck in the potential Snyderverse timeline or previous DCEU timeline. And then Matt Reeves' Batman is also in his timeline. Mike even said in this, Patty Jenkins wants her own timeline as well. So it is getting complicated. Is it too complicated for the general viewer? We will listen. Multiverse can work if you do the Spider-Man MCU route. If they do it this way, I'm not sure. But actually, if this is accurate reporting, creating a whole new timeline and letting each director do their own thing is actually a positive towards creative control of their own pocket universe. And Mikey says pocket universe in this reporting. So what does that mean? It means there's an opportunity for Zach, Ben Affleck, and Henry to come back and fulfill the own pocket universe. But Flash is in this new universe, and there's a new Justice League in the Flashpoint timeline. Is this confusing yet? Yes. So Flash starts in, if this is accurate, starts in the Snyderverse timeline or the previous DCEU. It creates new timelines. Flash will create a new Justice League with Sasha Calle, Batgirl, and Keaton's Batman. And that may be the new Justice League in this timeline, but it doesn't mean parallel timeline can't exist on its own or have its own completion in whatever medium, movies, series, or some way to complete that timeline as well. It actually makes everything potentially canon and doesn't erase anything. But that also could create a lot of headaches. And if it's all comes down to execution, oh my God, this sounds like it could. I am not being negative. I'm saying it sounds like it could be a potential disaster if done incorrectly. If done correctly, it could potentially make everyone happy. It could potentially make everyone happy. So, here's the other thing. If this is accurate, and I'm going to remove this too. If this is accurate and Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill are in the beginning of the Flash movie before the Flash creates a new timeline with a new Justice League, and they want Batfleck to be in. They did want Batfleck to be in Batgirl, but a different version. What does that mean with his potential death? I don't know. But I was trying to think of this. It's giving me a headache. Listen, I will talk about this on MME tomorrow night, and we'll talk about this together. Actually, tonight, because it's in the morning. But this is the reason I did this. I was playing a game. I watched it at 2x speed just so I could hear the whole thing. And I can't do that. I'm going to start doing that more so I could cover more content. So let's get to their words here. And I did thumbs it up.
Show up this channel. But y'all gonna like what we say today. Well, maybe you're gonna.
Okay, and I also wanted to show this part to cancel the false narrative that Syl doesn't promote positive behavior, because he says, listen, everyone, don't blame Andy Muschietti. It's not his fault. don't, let them be. So that is a positive thing. Slight correction to potentially what his viewers may say. You don't want to throw heat at Muschietti. It's not cool. And Andy and Barbara aren't the bad guys. And this is also someone that's super chatted. So there you go. Do I need to make this full screen? Here you go. Let's at least address that Andy and Barbara aren't the bad guys, or Sasha or Leslie. I think people forget or lose sight of that. Nuance. Okay? So let's hear more from Mikey and Syl.
It's gonna be interesting to hear what we say today about Batgirl and Keaton. Barry Allen here, super chat. Fitting, Barry Allen. He said, let's at least address that Andy and Barbara Muschietti aren't the bad guys, or Sasha Kaye, or Leslie Grace.
Nope.
I do want to. I think I make this clear on my streams earlier when I talked about, again, the obvious WB social media campaign for Batgirl and Flash. It's the agenda is real on social media. I think watch my previous video today, it was the Syl report I did about Batgirl. It's clear. It's clear what they're trying to push, but don't take it out on these actors. Don't take it out on the talent.
Right. See,
Andy or Barbara Muschietti. Don't take it out on them, because I hear, and what you've been saying, Mikey, too, more than what more of what you've been saying is that Andy Muschietti actually bucked the system against WB to at least not kill the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
In its film.
See,
so that's fair to say, right?
That's fair to say, yeah.
Okay, so that's the rumors we're getting. So if they do create a new timeline, and Muschietti said, which is, easily just leave it be, that means there's an opportunity for the future. If they do something with it or not, basically it's what it is. It doesn't erase it. It's just there. It's just sitting there. It's just sitting there for nothing to happen. And it's just sitting there for something to happen. And I honestly don't see why Ben Affleck would want to come back to a separate timeline where he's not even continuing his version of Batman. It's another version of Batman. Why would you want to do that? And I do see why Hamada and WB would want him to do that, because they don't necessarily, I totally agree, they didn't necessarily want to continue with any Snyderverse stuff, but it exists on its own in its own pocket timeline here. It's just sitting there. Can they do something with it or not? Actually, that preserves, if this is accurate, this preserves the Snyderverse to do with it what you will whenever you want, honestly. Of course, there's a time period where it's going to, a certain time point, depending on how far you move the goalpost, would be absolutely ridiculous to do it in the 20 years in the future. But stranger things have happened. Look at Star Wars. I'm just saying it preserves the timeline to either do nothing with it or continue and not erase what happened. They are actually creating a new timeline, a new Justice League, and they're going to see if that's successful. And ultimately, who's to say you couldn't bring both together for a big dark side crossover? That's what I would try to do, but I'm not in charge. Maybe some people are happy about that. I don't know. So let's just give a little more info from Syl and Mikey here about this Flashpoint timeline.
I'll discuss this more on Rogues Gallery tomorrow. Going forward, what they want to put across in the Flash is the whole multiverse angle. Okay, they want to get across that this is about Flash creating new timelines, as opposed to the Crisis on Infinite Earths that Greg Berlanti did. We had Earth 52 and had all these different Earths. They want to focus on the fact that Barry, what did you do? He created some different timelines, and that's what they want to focus on in terms of the marketing of the film going forward. And I'm pretty sure that's where the script ended up going, is the different timelines. And some of the weird things that you're seeing right now has nothing to do with the Snyderverse being erased. It's a new timeline. And it goes alongside what I scooped a year ago about the pocket universes. I talk about J.J. Abrams' pocket universes, and this is the Hamada Burgerverse, okay? Is what is going to happen.
This also sounds very similar to what J.J. Abrams, I don't know what his involvement is, but look what he did with Star Trek. It's a different timeline, a different Captain Kirk, and then move forward with that. It's just easier and doesn't upset as many people. Listen, we know what's happened with Star Wars. We know what's happened with all the other properties. If you do something like this, it can be convoluted and bullshit. It may not be successful, but it also has less likely to alter to mess with the OG fans. Listen, some OG fans are still going to be upset, but it leaves it intact to do what you will, to continue or not. It's still, if this is accurate, we'll keep saying that, it leaves the Snyderverse timeline, a pocket timeline, intact. It doesn't erase it. They're just creating a new one. So it doesn't erase shit. And if they do continue, what was very interesting is this Flash going to stay in this new Flashpoint timeline, or can they use him potentially I don't know. I'm getting a goddamn headache. All right.
I will delve further into this, into Rogues Gallery.
Tomorrow we'll do. It's time is recording tomorrow. Yeah.
And I'm still getting more details on this. But what you're seeing, guys, is not the erasing of the Snyderverse. That was the original plan, though. That was the original plan.
Okay, so I did watch this whole stream. Nowhere do I see that they admitted that Grace Randolph is completely right. Just that she's reporting on old news, or that that the Snyderverse doesn't have an opportunity to continue, or Ben Affleck. Basically, they said a new timeline. They are going to be pushing a new Justice League, but it also uses these pocket timelines where Matt Reeves could do his thing, Snyder could do his thing. Now, the thing that confuses the hell out of me, which we will talk about, actually, this is a great topic for tonight's MME, is Black Adam within the new Flashpoint timeline or a different pocket universe. And this is where it gets confusing for the consumer and for me. It gets confusing for me because they're introducing characters in Black Adam that I would like to see interact with the new Justice League, but I don't know. The one thing for sure I know is if I was Ben Affleck and they have me in this film at the beginning before Flash creates a new timeline, and they want me to come back for a Batgirl series just to play a variant in a different character, why would you want to do that? I would immediately turn that down myself. If Ben Affleck is going to come back, that's up to him. I, of course, want him to be in a healthy situation for himself and everyone involved, but I would not come back to play a variant and not the version of Bruce Wayne and Batfleck that I was before, just for shits and giggles. So hell no, I wouldn't do that. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Strong opinions. Take it for what you will. I think we'll do a minute more, and then we'll end this breaking news segment. Breaking rumors.
Told by multiple sources that Ezra Miller would never go for something like that. Neither would Ben Affleck. Okay, so the Snyderverse will still exist. Okay.
Right.
Now, what's going to happen though is there's going to be a new parallel timeline. Okay. Now, in this timeline, there's some stupid shit. It's there. Okay. Some stupid shit. Okay, guys. It is stupid as fuck. Okay. Now, tomorrow on Rogues we'll discuss.
Yeah, Rogues tomorrow's gonna be nuts. Okay. Can we at least address, because there's a new? I think this is a bad rumor being put out there only because even okay. All right, when we speak about Justice League, okay, 2017, even WB's trying to bury what happened in Justice League.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is me saying it.
I also think, just on my personal opinion, I think this is very likely something. The path of least resistance is something that a studio would want to push. Well, we want a new Justice League. Let's just have Flash create a new timeline where there's a new Justice League. That it's simple for them to do. The ramifications for it could be detrimental to their overall product here, but it seems like something that's plausible what they would try to do if they do want to push a new Justice League. And I'll be honest with you, if the Flash comes out and here's the nuance that you get on only on MME. I like rumors and speculation. But if Flash movie comes out and the new Justice League is the new hotness. You know, why wouldn't they push that hard? If people like Sasha Calle and, you know, the new Justice League, Batgirl, Keaton, and that pops with the general audiences, I think the Snyderverse's own pocket universe becomes less and less likely. That's the nuance you get here. So if it works, it works. That's what I'm going to tell you. If it comes out, the reception's good, $1 billion at the box office, and people really like the new Justice League, and they want the new Justice League to have a movie, that makes the chances of continuing a different pocket universe less and less likely. That's what you'll get here. That's what you'll get only on MME. I'm not afraid to admit things change. So it leaves possibilities open. It doesn't mean it's 100% going to happen. And let me see what else they have to say before we go with this video.
I see no scenario that they carry over anything we saw in Justice League 2017. I see them recreating something different. Yes, I see them merging Keaton into this world going forward. I do see that. But carrying over 2017 Justice League, which anonymous WB execs publicly spoke down on, I don't see that happening. But Mikey, can we address this live now so people stop messaging me about this?
Nothing from Justice League that I know will be carried over.
It's over. All right.
Because, okay, let's put it this way. Justice League is a separate timeline. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly how the film is going to present it. It's a different timeline. If you want to live in that timeline, go ahead. No one's going to go back to it.
It's going to end in that race between Superman and Flash. Justice League is over.
No, what this film...
No, I do disagree with Syl there, though, because I'm not... This is where the Bias brothers come in, Syl. If you're saying that everything can exist in its own universe, then how come Justice League isn't on its own either? So I think Syl is slightly wrong there as well. Everything is existing on its own there, but let's be honest, the likelihood of one of these pocket universes going forward, would it be Joss Whedon's Justice League or would it be Zack Snyder's Justice League? More likely Zack Snyder's, because people liked Zack Snyder's Justice League better. I am already getting a damn headache, so I will put a pin on this until MME later. Thank you for watching. Smash the hell out of the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more great movie talk, speculation, rumors, and strong opinions. And stay classy, everyone. And you like my Batman mural? Listen, I'm looking forward to the Batgirl. Ooh, yeah. Can't wait to see that. Bye, everyone.